Hey guys, so I have a fun little project for today's video. I'm going to be decaling these little bags with some TECKWRAP Craft Puff HTV vinyl. I did a review and a few projects on this vinyl a couple weeks ago. I'll leave that video linked down below. But today's project, I'm going to be decaling these little bags that I picked up from Daiso last week. And I want to try to make my own version of these really cute makeup bags that I've seen all over Amazon. I've seen them all over TikTok. I've seen them in a couple of stores. And I don't even know what they are necessarily called. I searched preppy makeup bags on Amazon and there were a ton of results, so I'm gonna go with that, preppy makeup bags. So I'm going to attempt to make my own version or like a dupe using the TECKWRAP Craft Puff HTV vinyl because it does look like a fabric material when you heat press this, even though it's 100% polyurethane. So it looks like a fabric. It puffs up and has that texture, but it's not actually fabric. It's really cool. If you guys missed that video that I posted a couple weeks ago, go check it out after this video. But that's what I'm going to be attempting to do, is making a dupe. So I went ahead and came up with 4 different uses for these bags. So one's going to be for hair, one is for skincare products, one just says stuff on it, and then the other one says mama. So I'm going to give one to my daughter. She's going to have the stuff one, I'm going to have the mama one, and then I'm going to use the other 2 to tote around some skincare products and hair accessories for travel or in my purse. So let me go ahead and set these aside. And the 3 colors that I'm going to be using from TECKWRAP Craft's Puff HTV vinyl collection are Tiffany, white, and then coral pink. I have a 5% discount code if you're interested. I will leave that up on the screen as well as down below in the description box. And then I will also link the font that I used from FABRICA down below as well. And one more thing I want to mention is that I'm also going to be testing out this mini press that I purchased off of Amazon. I haven't opened it yet, so I'm going to be unboxing this and testing it out on camera for this project. Hopefully it turns out well. This video is not sponsored by this company. I purchased this with my own money, and I thought I would go ahead and show you guys, or do like a little unboxing and test it out on camera. So can't wait to get to that. But I did go ahead and cut everything out on my Cricut. I will leave the cut settings that I used up on the screen for you guys, but I have 2 mats here. So I have my Puff HTV on one mat, and then I have my glitter vinyl, which I forgot to mention. I will also be using this glitter vinyl in gold by TECKWRAP Craft as well. This is glitter HTV. So this is going to be the outline of the letters. And so yeah, I'm going to be weeding these out real quick on camera for you guys and kind of doing a little chit chat at the same time. Let me get my weeding pens. All right, so let me go ahead and get started with weeding out this vinyl. And I am just gonna do it right on the mat. This is a new weeding pen that is from TECKWRAP Craft. I actually have a few of them, and I think this one is my favorite. It reminds me of a disco ball, but I also have this one that's like a mermaid pen, and then this one, it's like glitter, and then this one's like a chunky glitter, and then this one has like mermaid scales, but I think this one is my favorite so far, this one. So this stuff weeds very easily, like most heat transfer vinyl. It just weeds very easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and This one's almost done. So this is the block style lettering, or again, college or athletic style lettering that you would see like on a Letterman jacket. So cute. I love how popular this style is right now, and also like the 70s font style. Here's my little garbage can. I got this off of Amazon. And I also picked up a little collapsible garbage can at Daiso that I can hang off of my desk, but I just don't have the space for it on this desk. So I'm actually using it on my craft cart. So yeah, one of the bags is going to be for skincare, one is going to be for hair. And then this one, or these letters, I decided to do a pink and Tiffany pattern on one of the bags. So that's why these ones that I'm weeding right now aren't going to really make sense. I decided to put like a little lightning bolt in between the mama bag to look kind of like AC/DC logo. So that's where I was going with that. So you'll see it right here. I'm going to place that lightning bolt right here. Uh-oh. I think, oh no, I cut it off. It got cut off. Okay, so I didn't put enough vinyl down when I was cutting this. It cut off the edge of this. That's not a big deal, but it's supposed to look like this on the edge. But I don't know if I'm gonna go back and like recut out another M. I really don't want to. I might just leave it as is. It's not, I mean, it's just for me, it's not a huge deal. But if I was making this for someone else, I'd probably go back and redo it. Okay. Then I have my last two little letters down here. Hopefully I'm in frame. I'm using a new little phone holder that I purchased, and I don't know if it's high enough to see what I'm doing right here, but I am just weeding out two little letters off here in the bottom right corner. Okay, so that one's done. And I'm just gonna flip these over and peel them off like that. And I do also want to mention that you want to mirror this Puff HTV vinyl just like you would other heat transfer vinyl, because you will be flipping it over and then ironing it this way. Okay, so those are done. Let me go ahead and get this glitter vinyl, or glitter HTV, I'm sorry, I keep saying glitter vinyl, weeded out, which glitter HTV is always really hard to see what you're doing. And so with this cut, I'm only keeping the outline, so I'm not keeping the inside or the big chunky letters. So I do want to kind of be careful when I do this, that I'm not peeling up the lines that I want to keep because they are a little bit thin. Okay, so I got, oops, there's just this little piece left. I got this weeded out. I'm just gonna go back and grab a couple of the little pieces that have stayed behind. But now I'm just going to do the unboxing real quick of my little mini heat press, and then we'll go ahead and get started with pressing them on the little makeup bags. All right, so again, I did purchase this little mini heat press off of Amazon, and I want to say I paid under $40 at the time, which was about a month ago, but Amazon prices do go up and down, so that's just something to keep in mind. But it is cheaper than the Cricut brand, which is why I purchased it. I didn't feel like spending too much money on something like this, a mini iron, essentially. So let me go ahead and open this up. So inside there is just a little user manual that shows 3 different power settings. It looks like 284, 320, and 356, which this actually might be too hot for my Puff HTV. If I remember correctly, it was a very low temperature. So we'll see. I think it might work out because I can pressure focus, and spot focus this a lot better than the heat press. I get a little bag, a little dust bag, which I could totally decal this. And then looks like it comes nicely packaged. So we have the little heat plate or heat cup cradle thing. So that's nice. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in and heat it up, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so I have my little mini heat press set up or heated up to the second heat setting, which was up to 320 degrees. So I went back and looked at my video from when I used the Puff vinyl the first time, and I actually used a 315 degree heat setting for 15 seconds. So I mean, that's going to be as close as I'm going to get to that heat setting, but I'm actually going to heat press the outline first. And I'm doing that because once I apply this Puff HTV, I don't want to go back and apply more heat to it by doing this second, if that makes sense, because it will mess up the texture. So I'm just gonna go with the outline first and see how it goes. So I'm not too particular about it being perfect. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here, and that looks good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cover it with some Teflon, and I'm just going to begin kind of moving this over. And I can kind of pick this up and see what areas I need to focus on more, like up here. Definitely need to go back and hit it with some heat, maybe apply some pressure for a little bit. It would definitely be faster if I had my heat press, but for little projects like this, I wanted something small. Sometimes it's kind of a pain to break out my big old heat press, so I wanted something small and compact. So is that sticking at all? Okay, it is kind of in the center, but not really on the edge. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna go straight on top here, trying to be really careful not to hit this window because I don't want to melt it. But I'm just going to go directly on top of this transfer sheet and get those corners down. And that pointed edge really helps get those corners as well. Try it right-handed. That's a little bit difficult for me using my right hand. All right, so I'm gonna let this cool for a minute and then try to peel it and see if that worked. It looks like it did. And again, I'm gonna go back and heat press again when I do this final. I'm sorry, not that one. This one, that doesn't match. And so it will get a second press of heat if it needs a little bit more. So it's feeling like it's cooled pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and start peeling. Looks like we got a pretty good application. Again, there's just a couple spots that, like right here in the corner, that I should probably focus more on. All right, so now let me go ahead and try to center this as much as possible. And I'm really excited for this. I'm actually like really excited. I'm going to get my Teflon tape and tape this down so it doesn't move. All right, so I have my heat resistant tape. So I'm just gonna cut off a little bit. Uh-oh. Okay, so it looks like there's an auto shut off feature because it's beeping at me. That's good news. Okay, so when it's heating up, it'll flash red like this, and then when it's ready, it'll be green. But that is a comforting feature that it does like automatically shut off if you forget it. And it's already ready to go. That is a pretty quick auto shut off though. It hasn't even been like 5 minutes. So that's just something to keep in mind. I actually have to go back and read the manual and see how fast the auto shut off is supposed to come on. Okay, so I am just going to tape this down to the best of my ability. Because I really want it to turn out super cute. I'm very hopeful for this little project. I've been wanting to dupe it for a few weeks now because those bags are so they're so expensive. Just the ones I've been browsing on Amazon, and I don't feel like spending $20, $40 on something like this when I can spend a couple dollars and use my DIY skills to make it myself. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. I think, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just do one letter at a time. So I'm gonna count down like 15 seconds. Do you guys see that? Oh my gosh. Okay, so you can see through it that it has puffed up. Ooh, I just need to be careful. I forgot about this little plastic window right here. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna do it one at a time for about 15 seconds. I'm just going to apply some firm pressure, and the K is gonna be a little bit tricky to do, but I do wanna make sure that I'm getting the whole letter. So I'm just counting down 15 seconds in my head. Oh my gosh, this is turning out so cute. Okay, so again, I'm just counting down 15 seconds. You guys, did I just make a dupe? I think I did. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, so let me go ahead and take this off. Oh my gosh, you guys, I created a dupe. I'm so excited. So it has that look like it's one of those patches, like it's a fabric, but it's not. Again, it's 100% polyurethane. So it does have texture, but it's not like, it's not fabric, but it looks like it's fabric, like a patch. And oh my gosh, that turned out way better than I expected. And the gold background, or the gold glitter HTV, really just makes it look like a dupe in my opinion, because that's what I'm seeing on all of those like makeup bags. So 1 down, 3 to go. So excited about this. Okay, so that's bag number 1. Now I'm gonna do the hair bag, and I really liked, I wanted to make this one a set, so that's why I'm doing white on gold, but I think black would also look really pretty on this one, and then even white would look pretty on this one. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my second bag. Here we go. This one's going to be for hair. And the reason why I don't have to use heat tape on the glitter HTV is because it has a stickier transfer sheet than the puff HTV. This one, it's not sticky at all. So, all right, that looks pretty good. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm gonna first hit it with the Teflon sheet, even though I don't really need to. It didn't ruin my project. I actually prefer to not use this because I really need to make sure that I don't hit this window. So I'm just going to do it directly on top of that transfer sheet. Another thing I just thought of, I wouldn't be able to use my heat press on this project because of these clear plastic windows. I could, but my heat plate would be hanging off, or I'd have to position it down here. It's just a lot easier, I feel like, to be able to see what you're doing for a project like this, and a smaller heat press allows you to do that. This is actually my first time working with a mini heat press, and I really like it. Okay, so let's see if that worked beautifully, looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and do the puff. I'm so excited about this, you guys. I thought they were the cutest bags when I saw them, but I was like, I don't want to pay that much for something like that. And then TECKWRAP sent me the Puff HTV a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, this would be such a perfect alternative to just try to make it myself, something similar myself. And it looks almost exactly like those ones that I'm seeing online, which is amazing. Why is this not holding? Okay. And this part doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as it is holding it down enough to where it's not moving too much, which it is a little bit, but I'm just gonna go for it. All right, where is my Teflon sheet? Let's go ahead and start again, one letter at a time, really trying not to hit this plastic window right here. And I'm gonna apply pressure for 15 seconds. Perfect. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, it turned out so good. Oh my gosh. Like, how cute are these? And I spent like $2 on these bags. So you could probably find something similar at like the Target dollar spot or like Dollar Tree. But I did buy these again at Daiso, which is a 100 yen store in Japan. There's also a few Daisos in the States as well. I'm really happy with the outcome, and you can see the texture. It looks like a patch, just like the ones that I'm seeing all over Instagram and TikTok, and yeah. All right, so last two bags. I can't wait to see how these colors pop on these black bags. So I'm going to start off with this one, and this one's going to be a little different because again I am alternating colors, so I'm going to have to do it one at a time. So again, using a heat press for this project wouldn't have worked out because I need something small. And I actually didn't even think about that until I started doing this project. I was just planning on using my bigger heat press, my Cricut Easy Press, but I don't know why I'm doing that. I decided I wasn't going to do that. Okay. There's that auto shut off feature. I'm going to look that up real quick. Because that is kind of like I have to wait for it to heat up again. That's kind of frustrating, actually. I can't say that I recommend this little heat press because of that. Because right now it's heating up, which makes me feel like it wasn't to temperature, and maybe that's why the glitter vinyl is a little bit more difficult to work with this time. Let's see. Okay, so it doesn't say anything about the auto shut off feature and how long, but it seems like it started to cool off before I was like done using it, which is kind of frustrating. So I wouldn't say, I'm probably not even going to link this in my Amazon storefront because I need to play with it more before I decide if I like it or not, and I don't want to recommend something that that I'm not 100% confident in. I have to figure out why it's doing that, so I'm not going to link it, but I did want to test this out for you guys on camera. Yeah, it looks like the heat press just started, it decided it wanted to start cooling off or shutting itself down before I was done using it. So, yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with putting these letters on. So I am going to cut them out individually. and just kind of setting them in there. And it looks like I'll be able to just, I don't think I'm going to tape these ones down. Looks like they will behave. The most important thing is just making sure that both the Puff HTV vinyl and the glitter HTV is covered with this plastic sheeting or the Teflon, because if you directly hit the vinyl, like if I were to like do that, it would melt it. So I'm just going to do it one at a time. I'm not ready to do that one yet, so I'm going to move it to the side. And where is my Teflon sheet? I'm actually going to cut this Teflon down so that I have another sheet so I can see what I'm doing better. Okay, so I'm gonna hit it with 15 seconds. Oh my gosh, you guys, it turned out so good. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to do the T, and again, I'm gonna remove the next letter because I don't want it to accidentally start heating up one spot. And I think it's easier so far to work one letter at a time like this. It removes the need for the tape. And again, I just want to make sure that this is covered up so I don't accidentally hit it. Actually, I'm gonna be very careful and I'm gonna go over here. Perfect. Oh yeah, this is way easier to do one letter and then just remove the next one and then do it one at a time like that. Okay, yeah, I can't recommend this heat press. I don't know what's going on with it. It's deciding to flash, and I don't know if it's changing temperature or what it's doing, but it's kind of concerning. So I can't say that I recommend it. I mean, it's getting the job done, obviously, but I don't know why it's doing that weird beeping every 2 minutes. So I'm not gonna recommend this heat press for you guys. Oh my gosh, this thing is turning out so perfect. Oh, I missed that little corner. Uh-oh, let me go back. I spoke too soon. And the last letter. Okay, here is this bag. Oh my gosh, you guys, it turned out so cute. I don't know which one I love more. I really like the color, and I like this too. I like the color. Okay, I like the color one more. But this is like a little set. So super cute. And this one's going to be for my daughter. And I think I'm actually going to go back later and add like little tassels or like a keychain or something on the end. If I have time in this video, I will maybe do that. But very last bag, let's go. And I'm just going to, this one I'm really excited for because it has that like AC/DC vibe to it. Great band. So yeah, this is gonna be so cute. I'm not really concerned about it with it being too straight, but I just want to go ahead and get this project done so I can get started on dinner. I think we're gonna have stir fry tonight. So again, I'm just really trying to avoid hitting this window. That's my main focus before anything else because I don't want to that will ruin the bag. This is the one that it got cut off on the pink. So I'm wondering if the puff will kind of help it like fluff up those areas that got cut off, or that I didn't add enough material on the mat. See, something's going on with this heat press. I feel like it's not staying to temperature because I don't know. I feel like it was working fine with this glitter HTV earlier, and now all of a sudden, like, it doesn't want to apply right when I'm doing like the same exact thing. So yeah, again, I don't think I can recommend this little mini heat press. I haven't tried any other brand, so I don't know if that's like normal, but I don't like it. I don't like it, so I'm not going to recommend this heat press. If you guys want to recommend a heat press to me, I would love that, because I don't know if I want to use this. I mean, I'm going to use it because I bought it, but, and honestly, I'm not like huge on returning things. I know that's terrible, but I have intentions to return things and then it never happens. Uh-oh. Okay. See, yeah, I don't like this heat press. It'll still work. And I actually think that this, for whatever reason, this outline, I ended up doing thinner. Yeah, it's not as thick as this outline. And I don't think I mentioned earlier why I decided to do the outline instead of just doing the leaving the offset. That's because I don't think that this puff vinyl would have been as puffy if I had applied it on top of that glitter vinyl. Does that make sense? So like, I think it needs to be on like a cotton or polyester material in order for you to get like that puffy effect. I feel like if I would have just layered it directly on top of glitter HTV, it might not have turned out like this nice. It might have been a little bit flatter. I don't know. I haven't tested it out yet, but that's why I decided to just do the outline. Yeah, see, like this little pink part I'm missing, which is so sad. Actually, you know what? I can go back later and I can just cut out a little piece and then put it on there instead of cutting out a brand new M, because I really don't want to do that. I don't want to waste any of this vinyl because it's honestly like the coolest thing, the coolest vinyl I've worked with so far by TECKWRAP. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna do this whole thing right here. I shouldn't have done that because now I have these corners. No. Okay, I'm just gonna, that's a bad idea. Okay, yeah, it's better just to do, I think, the letters one at a time, because now I'm having to go back and add more heat to the spots that already got heat, so it might actually mattify the puff HTV in areas that I don't want it to mattify. So yeah, it's much easier to go back and just cut these out individually. So do as I say, not as I do for this project. I still think it's turning out great. I mean, way better than I expected. But just something to keep in mind if you are wanting to attempt this project yourself, it might be easier just to cut out those letters individually and use a different brand of heat press. I'm so irritated about that. I mean, not that I spent a ton of money on it, but I still want to get my money's worth out of it. So I'm actually going to go back. See, it's doing it again. It's doing that beeping, and I don't know what that means because it's still green. So I'm like turning it off, turning it back on, and that's, yeah. Yeah, so definitely recommend doing the letters one at a time. The letters one at a time like this. The M's are a little tricky because it's a little bit wider than this heat press, so I actually think I have to go back and do this little corner right here. I have a feeling, yeah, see, like right there. Which is, it's okay, but I'd rather get this in one press. You could probably do this with a, I'm sure you could do this with a household iron as well. You don't really need a heat press. I just wanted to get one, like a mini heat press, because of how small it is. But I don't really think that you need, uh-oh, this one really puffed up. It puffed up so much that it actually is not wanting to stick right there. Uh-oh. Okay, so I applied too much heat for this for too long. It stayed on there too long, and I ended up ruining it at the top. It does make it look like there's more texture, but I do want it to hold. So I might actually go back and reattempt this bag. I might just peel off this HTV and do it again. But that's what happens, if you're curious, that's what happens when you apply heat for too long on this puff HTV. It will actually just start peeling up and crinkling up even more. It does look like it's fluffier, but I do want it to stay. Oh, and I accidentally got my bag. Okay, so this bag was a complete disaster because I actually hit, it started melting the bag. So I'm going to reattempt this one. I'll probably go back and buy another bag because this one did warp a little bit, actually. No, it's fine. But I don't like the way this looks right here, and because of the fact that I didn't cut enough material on my Cricut, I'm just going to go ahead and say I got a good 3 out of 4 bags done, because these ones turned out perfect. These ones turned out really cute, but this one, again, just too many mistakes were made, and so I'll probably just redo this whole bag, because these M's are just really tricky, getting the corners, the M's and then the A's. Okay. I think that's as good as this bag is going to get. But what do you guys think of these? Do you think it's a dupe? Let me know. I definitely think it's a dupe, especially the ones that did turn out really cute. Like this one, these ones definitely turned out great. And they're not coming up and do like the little hand test. These aren't coming up. It looks like they're going to hold up very well. This one, same thing. Maybe a little bit on this corner because I applied too much heat, but I'm going to leave this one alone. I think it turned out really cute. And then this one was a half fail because I still think it's really cute, but it does, I do need to go back and redo it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me while I worked on this little project. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you aren't currently subscribed and you want to see more content from me, go ahead and click that subscribe button before you exit this video, and I will see you in my next one. Take care.